On my fucking business, they ain't fucking with us. Clutching digits, tell the piggers fucking come and get us. Ain't no love for bitches, just for making dough. Can't I'm in this to the finish, just the way you go. On my fucking business, they ain't fucking with us. Clutching digits, tell the piggers fucking come and get us. Ain't no love for bitches, just for making dough. Can't I'm in this to the finish, let them haters know. Selling $1,000 bags, but I ain't a Gucci store.
Good evening, welcome to the Fortnightly report. Today's guest is Jimmy the Gent. Welcome to the show.
Is that me, bro?
We're going to get into some questions from the fans. Corey, not sure, said, how did you get into producing music? What is the first step?
Jeez, how did I get into it? I guess, I don't know, I just did some research on how to go about doing it. I found the right programs and pretty much just got into it, yeah.
Rise, you know you love me, Murnane said, Fortay, how did you get on Fat Pizza? I got on Fat Pizza back in the day, a couple of years ago now. I used to go to this house and smoke bongs at this guy's house called Benny, and he seen this thing in the paper, and he goes, oh, you should audition, and I auditioned and I made it through, and then on a couple of days before they rang me up and they go, after they're telling me I'd be, yeah, you made it, they go, oh, no, sorry, we had to cut you. So I was like, fuck it, I wasn't excited. I didn't believe it till I was there anyway. And then this fucker, on the day they rang me and they go, listen, these rappers are fucked, can you come and help them? We can't guarantee nothing. And I said, yeah, alright. So I got there and I verbaled a few cunts, talked to a few cunts, and I ended up saying that Paul Fennick and said, give us a shot, man, give us a shot. And he gave me one shot. They did like a live performance, and after he seen me rap, he kicked two of the other rappers off and put me on. And that's how I got on. And then years later, I got on the Fat Pizza movie, because Jimmy the Junkie owed me some tick, and he had to pay me back somehow, so, you know, he helped me out and got me on the movie. Damien Page said, any young rappers out there who has a chance of becoming a real big thing? Yeah, I'm sure there's young rappers out there that have a chance. They should hit us up at Large Productions Facebook page, inbox us, send us a link to your music, and I'm sure sooner or later the next kid will come up, you know what I mean? Every few years someone special comes up, and I'm sure it's not too far away. Brendan Jenkins said, Forte, are you planning on doing any sign-ins with yourself in Melbourne anytime soon? We should be in Melbourne for a gig for March 20th. Jimmy will be DJing, and Geelong in March 21st, so I've always got time for the fans at the show, before the show, after the show. We'll organise a signing or something and make sure everyone gets their photos and shit. Dennis George said, how did you feel when you found out The Hearing reached #2 on iTunes charts? And how did you feel when you found out Curse's album reached #1 on the charts, beating you by just one? Curse's album came out a couple months before ours. He wasn't on the charts at the time that we charted, so it was actually Hilltop Hoods were #1. We know when we're going to drop shit, so, you know what I mean, if Curse is going to drop some shit, we allow a few months and vice versa, you know, and we don't drop shit at the same time to compete with each other. How did you feel when it hit #2?
In the time frame it did, it was a spin out. It was awesome. It's a good feeling. And people actually going out and then, like, they're enjoying it.
Yeah.
You know, spreading the word, telling their friends, whatever.
I was surprised it hit #2. I got goosebumps when I heard it hit #4 and then #2. I was happy. Being Nicki Minaj, I'd always dreamed of being on top of Nicki Minaj, and I got to do it for a day. Ty Youngblood Kakua said, Forte, if you think Top Dog is a sick rapper, why not let him rap on the album you produce in the future? I'll definitely let Top Dog rap on my album. A lot of the stuff I've released is years old. We got so many tracks that sometimes it takes time to come out. Top Dog's just been around in the last year or so. We're helping him put an album together, me and Jimmy, and that will be out in March if all goes well. And there'll be film clips for shit like that. And yeah,
on tour as well.
Yeah, look forward to Top Dog's album coming soon. Not sure what the name is now, possibly Doggy Style, but we'll see how it goes. Mitch Jackson said, what's your favourite album?
Aussie hip hop or just
your favourite album?
Geez, probably Dr. Dre's 2001. I think that album was, you know, one of the albums that, I mean, if I hadn't have heard it, I probably wouldn't have moved forward with trying to make my own music.
I'd have to say, if I had to pick one, Tupac, All Eyes on Me. It's a fucking classic album, well-rounded. I still don't get sick of it. Lucas Gordon said, hey Fort, how did you and Jimmy the Gent meet? And also, what other projects, albums, songs have you worked on with Jimmy?
Like maybe from my cousin. Like I'd known him, you know, fucking since back in the day. Like we were both from the same area. And I'd heard of him. I knew he was doing his thing or whatever. And yeah, my cousin actually introduced me to him. And fucking just went from there pretty much.
And
Other projects?
you weren't into Aussie hip hop till you heard.
Oh yeah, fuck!
Oh, shit.
I couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
I fucking hated it. The thing is, this is the story. Fucking, I was at when my cousin used to live, and I seen this CD on the coffee table. It had $100 notes and $50 notes all over it. I'm like, fuck, what's this? You know, fucking put it in the deck and fucking. It was like for the next 12 months I played nothing but that CD, and it was the Hustlers mixtape.
Fucking hell.
Other than Fort. So.
And then
from then on, it was just fuck.
And he always mentioned he made beats, but it wasn't until maybe a year or two later that I actually believed he was making those beats. No, but no, just we didn't really work on shit straight away. But he kept giving me shit, and then eventually, the album pretty much came together like really fast. Once I did the first track, I was working on so much shit, and there was like these beats here. So when I finished doing what I was doing, mixtapes, whatever, I was like. Started making. We didn't even really plan to make an album, but once we got enough tracks, we realised it was solid, and we just thought, "Fuck, we'll put this out."
Yeah,
it went okay. Kieran K. Knapp said, "Fortay, what's the likelihood of Flows appearing on the show?" Yeah, definitely. He's a good rapper. I've never met the guy. I've heard his shit. I don't mind it. It's a lot better than a lot of these rappers out here. You should check out his shit, and I'll be happy to have him on the show in the near future. Liam Doolan said, "Hey Fortay, if you and Cursor are boys, how's this fight for #1 spot going to go? Is it going to affect the friendship you have?" There's no fight for #1 spot. Like I said, we drop our shit at separate times. If he's #1, I'm happy for him, and if I'm #1, I'm sure he's happy for me. There's no jealousy. We work together. We don't work against each other. Awesome Luke Joinicki said, "Fortay, what's the best strain you've had?" Yes. Some of the best strains, I probably don't even know what they are, but Kush is good, AK-47's good, Great White Shark's good, to name a few. Jared Lamburn said, "How old were you when you first started producing music?"
Would have been about 16 or 17. Back in, what, say year 10?
Dean HT said, "How much for a QP?" Officer Dean? I don't know. We don't know. We don't do that sort of stuff down here. What's a QP? I don't know. Adam Saxton said, "Fort bro, you're gonna have another album launch? Last one was off tap." We're definitely gonna have another album launch. It's gonna be at April 10th at the Annandale Hotel. So you can catch myself, Jimmy, and a couple of other acts. Space Sukowski said, "Which rapper from USA would you collab with? Got any?"
I reckon Big Sean. I actually don't mind a lot of his stuff. And probably YG as well. I'm sort of getting into his stuff a bit lately as well. So
maybe Big Crit or Gucci Man or probably one of them too. Troy Vinning said, "Love the album, guys. Reflect is easily the best Oz rap song I've heard in a long time. Wondering how long it took to make the album, and when will you be touring? How long did it take us to make the album?"
I mean, if we're talking about beats and you writing the vocals, not like a few months.
Couple weeks.
Yeah,
couple weeks.
Yeah. Oh well, fuck, writing is different.
If you look at like writing and recording and that, max 2 weeks. But from the time you gave me the first beat to the last,
oh yeah,
I was probably working on a lot of shit in between. But all up working time, no longer than 2 weeks.
Yeah, for sure. I think the beats a bit longer, but
you said "Reflect" is easily the best rap song. That probably took me an hour to write. 45 minutes to an hour.
That beat, fucking what? Maybe 20 minutes, half an hour.
Yeah.
So that was, pretty good.
Leachy Steezus McSteez said, "What kind of equipment does Jimmy use for his production?"
I just got my keyboard, hooked up to the computer, so like a MIDI keyboard. I'm using Reason, which is like a beat making program at the moment. That's pretty much it. I've got samples and plugins and stuff like that, but that's it.
Bo Kennedy said, "A question for Fortay and other rappers that are on the show." Oh, there's no other rappers on the show. "What do you think is the best way to write and record?" Grab a pen and a piece of paper. It's probably the best way to write, and the best way to record would be get in the studio, I'd say. Fucking Willow Huberner said, how young were you when you started smoking green? I was 12 years old. I wouldn't recommend any 12-year-olds to start smoking weed. It has long-term effects, such as being a lazy cunt, not getting a job, plus money and health issues. So I wouldn't recommend it. It's not as cool as you think. We just pretend it's cool because we fucked up and we don't want to admit it. Jordan Gardner said, what are your thoughts on Jimmy the Junkie? Junkie dog?
Junkie?
Yeah, he's alright. He's good for a laugh. And Dale Gotch said, is Jimmy the Junkie really a junkie? He's fucked. Put it that way. Luke Stewart Johnson Drew said, have you ever been pulled up while shooting a video? I got pulled up by detectives shooting the getaway video with Hustle Hard out the back of Mount Druitt Police Station. And I asked them if they'd want to do a little scene with me against the car and this and that. They declined. They said we could be charged if we filmed them. Pity they didn't check my pockets at the time. That's all I got to say. Dane Collison said, Johnny Carbone said, do you ever just freestyle while recording a track? Sometimes, yes. Sometimes just like if I've only wrote 80% of the track and I get in the booth and I realise I didn't write the end of it, more than likely I'll freestyle it. I freestyled a couple of the endings, the verses on the hearing. Sometimes, yeah. Shane Mitchell said, I'm currently seeing hospital under influence of morphine because my appendix. Can I just get a shout out? Shout out to Shane. Slow down on the morphine, mate. Arthur Shackleton said, if you could have one rapper from the US to produce, who would it be?
Fucking probably dead or alive, or just probably alive, huh? Probably Big Sean. I actually like a lot of his stuff, so it'd be fucking...
Jared Archer said, Jimmy the Gent and Fortay, what's next for you two and what can we expect coming? What are you working on next?
I'm just working on just building the catalogue, just getting the beats back up to scratch.
I've got a lot of things coming. The next album will be Hustler's Prayer. In the meantime, me and Jimmy are working on some shit we're taking our time with. You could probably expect that around December. A lot of things. Got a website coming soon at Large Productions with a beat making team, film production team, graphic design. A lot of things coming up. Kane Goodwin said, I'm hard out into rap, man. I can rap a fair bit of stuff and my mates tell me I'm good, but I just can't get from pen to paper. You boys got any tips? Maybe you take a fucking literacy fucking class. Learn to actually spell and write and all that shit, and you might get your pen to paper. Jungle Josh said, how fat is too fat?
Jeez. Fucking, I don't think...
No, you don't care? You don't discriminate?
No, I don't.
No. Mitch Carrot said, does it bother him that Jimmy the Gent is so close to Jimmy the Junk? There's a thin line between the gent and the junk.
Yeah. Just depends.
There's sometimes they're like, they can be the same sort of people.
Doesn't really bother me.
No?
No. I know what I do and I know what he does. He knows what he does.
John Smith said, Jimmy, how long does it take for you to produce a song?
Fucking just depends. Until I feel it's done, I keep going. If I feel it's done after half an hour, 20 minutes, I'll stop. If not, I'll keep going. It can take up to months. Like, you know, I can get back and forth for a year if I want to. It just, whenever you feel content with the sound that you want, or the sound I want anyway.
Jake Herman said, what's your favourite track on the hearing? His has got to be Live featuring Too Furious. It's one of the best Aussie rap songs he's heard.
Awesome. I probably like What They Want From Me.
Yeah.
Just the beat is probably one of my favourites that I've done on the album. And I like all of them obviously, but I think that's one of my more favourite ones. You know?
Reflect's cool. What They Want From Me, Know the Difference.
Know the Difference.
Fucking Phone Tap, just different. I like them all for different reasons. They're different, so it's hard to have a favourite.
Yeah, I guess so. True.
Daniel Klein said, what is the most fucked up thing you've ever seen in Sydney?
Jeez.
That can be an episode in itself. I don't know. Maybe seeing people shoot up in their toes.
I seen a cunt get cracked into the crowbar. And then
People get
fucking,
stabbed.
you know, bottled and shit and just violent shit. It's
Well,
fucked.
there's a lot of fucked up shit.
Mm.
If I really think about it, there's probably worse
It's
shit
probably,
than that.
yeah, it's a complex question.
I'd probably like to block a lot of it out.
Mm.
Cole McCormick said, Forte, how long a day do you spend writing raps and smoking buds? At the moment I've quit Chuv. Gotta have a break every now and then. But at the point that I was doing the hearing, I used to just wake up, go to the studio, smoke and write raps. Smoke and write raps all day. From the time I'd get there, maybe if I get there by lunchtime, I'd be there to sometimes 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Having breaks of course, but smoking and writing and recording pretty much all day. Kelly Dern said, what got you into rapping for? Just I was always a fan of music, and I don't really know what made me start, but because there wasn't really people around me that were doing it, I just think I just did it, and maybe it was a bit easier for me than I thought. It wasn't too hard for me, so I'd sort of, I don't know, maybe it's just a release, I don't know, a hobby, just fucking something to kill the time. Mason Reddick said, shout out to Mason Reddick and David Gilmore. What's going on, fellas? And what's going on for? Not much. Ryan Towers said, why are you called Jimmy the Gent?
Fuck, pretty much growing up, my family usually only nicknamed me Jimmy, or Jim. That's not my real name. That's what they used to call me, but it's sort of an abbreviation, I guess, of my full name. And as I got older, I stumbled across this movie, fucking Goodfellas. There's a character in it named Jimmy the Gent, or that was his nickname. And he's a crook from New York, and he's probably my favourite character. It's my favourite movie, so I just took the name and applied it to my nickname that I was given from my family. Here I am.
Jai Steve Dunnicliffe said, Forte, what's your favourite Necro song? The same goes to Jimmy if he listens to him. Dead Body Disposal's alright. He's got a few.
I haven't heard him. I haven't listened to him.
He's got a few of
I've heard of
that
him.
are alright. He's alright, but he goes a bit on. He's a bit horrorcore, so it's a bit bullshit. But if he's really killed that many people, he'd be the world's most prolific fucking serial killer. But he makes some good beats, and yeah, he does his thing. We met him once back in the day. We did it with support for his show. Harry said, Jimmy, pull a fat Billy.
No, Billy's mate.
James Frank said, Forte, how long have you been in the rap game? How long do you think you'll last? I've been in the rap game probably 10 years now. How long do I think I'll last? That's up to God. I think my shit's getting better, it's not getting worse. Still fucking, some of my old shit still shits on these new rappers, until some cunt comes along and really makes me think, fuck, I need to quit. I'm gonna keep shitting on cunts. But at the end of the day, we make music for the area and the people that we're surrounded by, and if everyone else relates to it, then they like us, and that's cool, and I'll keep doing it as long as there's a demand, and even if there's not a demand, I'll probably still do it for fun. Josh Strachan said, what's your future goals, and what are you aiming for in the next couple of years? Do you already have plans for another album? Future goals, keep doing this shit, keep building, keep releasing shit, starting the label. I've got a production team with Jimmy the Gent, Defiant, So Flawless, and Bang Bang. So any rappers need beats, they can come to us. If you need film clips, you can come to us. We have a film, At Large Films. Graphic design team. We just want to help up-and-coming rappers, people that we think have got potential. We're going to help them out, and we're going to continue to do our shit and see where it takes us, you know what I mean? Jesse Hawke said, what's both your opinions on the Sydney vs Everything cypher, and would Fort ever think of getting some of your mates to do one? We were going to do one called West Sydney vs Every Cunt, but we didn't. Thoughts on it? Good on the people that have done it.
It was a good concept.
It's
but yeah,
okay, I'm not gonna hate on it. It's for some of those rappers, it's some of the biggest thing they've done in years. Some of the people that have been around for a while deserve a bit more recognition. Good on them, you know what I mean? It's but we're probably going to focus more on what we're doing and leave it to those group of people, you know. Patrick Sutton said, Fortay, what's your thoughts on your new album? Do you think it's better than Living Proof? And is there anything you could change with it if you could do it over again? I think it's different to Living Proof. Living Proof was done a couple of years before. I like both albums. I think they got a different feel. So I wouldn't say, it's just up to personal choice whether you think the album's better or not. I think I was happy with both releases. And it's just, yeah, it's different. I wouldn't put one over the other. Maybe one day I'd feel like listening to Living Proof, and one day I might feel like listening to The Hearing. It just depends on the mood. And if I could do anything over, nah, just pretty much cool with how things are. Joel Holiday said, do you like eating chicken?
Who doesn't? I'm not a vegetarian.
Chicken's good. Bill Ward said, Fortay, which rappers are you currently beefing with, if any? I only ask because I reckon you would make a sick diss track. Yeah, if I needed to diss some cunt, I'm going to tear them apart, pick them apart. I'm not beefing with no cunt. I'm not into that fucking dissing on songs, this, that. If I had a problem with someone, I'd address it. If they got a problem with me, they should address it. I'd recommend making a phone call or contacting me before you make a song, because it might not end well. And I'm not a tough guy, but I'll fucking contact me first. Get the clearance. Nah, fuck that. We don't. Some bullshit. We don't need to do that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I got no problem with no one, and if someone's got a problem with me, it's probably out of jealousy, or maybe I did do something to them. So what? You know what I mean? Jimmy, does it make you proud that you made some of the forest beats for an album that went #2 on the charts?
If forest means good, then yeah, mad. Cheering, it's mad. It's a good feeling. I'm glad people enjoy it. That's why I do. Like, I do music for myself. If I enjoy it myself, I'll pass it on to whoever else, and they can use it or whatever. And then wherever it goes from there is a bonus. You know, it's a good feeling. Yeah.
Ian Griffith says, Jimmy, what's it like to hang out with Top Dog?
Top Dog's cool.
Top Dog's the funniest cunt, sickest cunt. We're gonna help get him his shit out. I don't know one person that doesn't like him when he meets him. All you cunts dissing him on the net are pathetic. We're gonna put his shit out, and any cunt disses him, they can answer to us. We'll jump on heads for Top Dog, and I'm sure if you met him, you'd understand why. He's a great guy, and we're looking forward to putting his shit out. Daniel Adams said, how often would Jimmy the Junk OD a week? Not enough. The cunt's still alive. So obviously he needs a bit more. I think his dealer's cutting his shit too much. Josh Smith said, how come Abba didn't feature in The Hearing?
He actually was supposed to. We actually got a verse down for one of the tracks at a different studio in the city, and all we had was the USB there, and the USB went missing. And he was working on his album at the time. Fort was working on, or we were working on the album with Fort, and he just didn't get around to getting the verse done.
Jimmy
again.
cut him from the album.
Ah, fuck.
No, I'm only joking.
It was a
That was only joking.
Yeah, it was an accident or whatever.
There'll be more shit collabs
probably.
with Albert in the future. Kenneth Power says, how do you feel about rich kids posing as gangster rappers? Well, I don't feel there's any gangster rappers. There's probably one or two authentic gangster rappers in Australia. A lot of them, if you're a real gangster, what the fuck you rapping for, you know? Mm-hmm. Rich kids posing as gangster rappers, well, I'm pretty sure you can tell the real from the fake. It wouldn't take long for them to expose themselves. Remington Gasker, Jimmy mate, haha. First off, I want to see you do a rap video yourself.
Fuck, that's probably another reason I do beats. I can't rap. I stay behind the scenes, like the music side. You know what I mean? So yeah, probably won't be seeing any raps from me.
Leachy McStee said, machine or MPC?
machine.
And they're beat making
Beat
tools,
making,
if you don't
yeah,
know what that
that's
is.
right, they're both good, fucking very good, items to use to create music. Fucking, which ones have I used? I've used Machine. I don't think I've used MPC yet. But
Kiefer McKenzie said, Jimmy, what's it like going from playing the How's junkie to producing music?
oh fuck, yeah.
It's been a good transition for him.
It's good.
Jared Nickerson Shaw said, ever greened out? Have you ever greened
No,
out?
no.
Have you ever smoked weed?
I don't.
How many times?
Oh fuck, I used to smoke a fair bit.
Yeah.
Back in the days, fucking
3
high school
times
and that. Yeah. Never greened out, but
I've never greened out. I've been extremely drunk when I was younger and smoked, but I don't count that as greened out, you know what I mean? But straight green, never greened out. Jesse Freer says, Jimmy, how's it feel to be one of the top talked about producers at the moment? And also you raise prices on beats and production. Do you think prices should be a little more due to time and effort yourselves and others putting into them?
It's a good feeling. Like I said, that people are enjoying the music I'm making. It's fucking getting out there. It's a positive thing. Price wise, I have to set a minimum. I've got a few people hitting me up here and there. But like I said, if I look at myself like a tattoo artist. It's like I put time and effort into this thing, and people expect things for cheap or free. You get what you pay for. You know what I mean? So if I put a lot of work into it and it's high quality, I'm going to charge more. You know what I mean?
Luke Cameron said, what's your favourite song you've produced?
Fuck. Favourite song I produced? What is it? What They Want From Me is probably my favourite beat I've done, but the overall song, fuck, I know the difference. It was a good track.
Jackson Beckett said, favourite MC lyrically? Definitely Big Pun.
I'll say fucking Big Sean.
Or Big L. You really got to think for this.
No, I
Big
do,
Sean,
but
don't you?
if you go and listen to some of
He's rubbed you up the right way, has he?
Hall of Fame, it's a fucking top album, man.
Will Blyton said, can Jimmy the Gent pump a Billy on the show?
No, I can't.
And he also said, and fuck the chum hat. The chum hut.
What the fuck's that?
Oh,
Must be a
it sounded like
local
food.
fucking restaurant in his area. Kicked him out when he was 2 pissed or something.
Naif Spike Harnett said, Jimmy the Gent, would you change anything that's happened in the past up until the stage you're at now?
No. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at, you know? Doing good things.
Well, that's the questions. You got anything you want to tell the fans about what's coming next? Wait, any shout outs? Any fucking...
I think what you want to tell about what's coming up or what?
Well, already, next album's Hustler's Prayer. We're working on the next album. Might be called Not Guilty or something like that. We should have more music coming soon, more promos,
Yeah, definitely.
more shows, touring. Tour will be announced very soon. April 10th, Annandale Hotel, free show. Come down, check it out.
It's going to be fucking nuts.
We're going to be running raffles and competitions on the night, and all proceeds are going to donate to cancer. That's about it. Just stay tuned, more music. Stay tuned to the Facebook page. What's your Facebook page?
Jimmy the Gent.
Fortay 2148 and Instagram, this, that, and you can stay up to date what's going on next.
Fucking hell.
Jimmy the Gent, thanks for being on the show.
Alright, just having me, bro.
Sure we'll see you more in the near future.
For sure.
It's a fortnightly report for another night. Good night.
Lifestyle's a drug.